Hello and welcome to another edition of In the Bunch with Kutsia Gous, as you know, the world's fastest moving cycling news show. As always, action-packed, highlighting it, Meintjes after a fantastic 8th position in the Tour de France. We catch up with Matt Beers, who's in fact a guy who could probably has been a good a surfer as what he is a mountain biker, and he was the national motocross champion as well before he turned to self-propelled transport, that was. We also chatted to Willie Smit, recent winner of the Lowveld Tour. And of course, lots more in the show. Frankie, for one, who gets not to Hollywood but to the world champs through a big effort as well. Maybe from In the Bunch, just a little bit of assistance there. Let's catch up now with Meintjes after his 8th in the Tour de France.
Yeah, I think the Tour de France went pretty well. There's always room for improvement, but yeah, I think it was good to have another consistent performance, and I'm really looking forward to the Vuelta, and hopefully I can have some good luck and the legs still keep going well.
8th again this year, Louis. Did that tick the box of satisfaction for you?
Yes, I think so. It's another consistent performance. So, yeah, it's nice to go back and know you can repeat the result. Sometimes you think, okay, maybe you were just lucky before, or you just maybe had a once off. So, yeah, going back there and being back at the same level is, yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Louis, we're on the eve of a star-studded final of the big major tours of 2017. What are your hopes for the Vuelta a España?
Yeah, I firstly have to see how my body responds after the tour. So I've been training well and everything's feeling well. But yeah, I'll see in the first week if I'm able to ride a good GC result, or otherwise, yeah, maybe just try and go for some results on single stages. If I can just get on the podium once, that'll be nice. Yeah, I haven't actually ever been on a World Tour podium for anything. So even if I get most aggressive rider for the day, it'll be an accomplishment. So.
Well, that's Meintjes for you, the man that they often accuse of being unaggressive on the bike, saying that he might make it onto the podium on the Vuelta a España as a result of being the most aggressive rider on a stage or two. We believe he has a better chance top 10ing on the GC and maybe even just a foot on the podium. Time will teach. Now moving on in life a little bit, and in fact sad news. El Pistolero, Alberto Contador, 7-time Grand Tour winner, has announced his retirement immediately after this year's Vuelta a España. Tried to get an interview with Alberto. The team said, not Alberto, any teammate, so you're stuck with me, unfortunately. Great news, Frankie. The Tour, after appealing on social media to self-fund herself to the mountain bike world champs, has made a target, and we helped as well. She's delighted to be off to the Worlds.
I've reached target for my fundraising for me to go to Worlds. I'm so happy about it. I don't know how to express my appreciation for everyone that donated to my cause.
Really interesting character, fantastic bike rider, arguably the best multi-day rider based in South Africa is Willie Smit. He went to the Lowveld Tour just recently with little hope himself of victory and surprised even himself in that event.
Yeah, like I said, I went in with obviously no pressure. The team's really strong, so anyone could have really won it within the team. It just so, you know, cycling's unpredictable, and it just so happened that it played out that way. I mean, with the time trial, there really isn't holding back anyway, and that's basically how I got my time gap on my teammate Brendan Davids, which rode really strong, and that was basically the tour over.
Willie, you've won this Lowveld Tour 3 times in a row now. You've had a great 2017 thus far. You're the African National Road Race Champion. You medaled at the South African Road Race Championships. You've won 3 big races in Spain. What has been the highlight of the year for you?
Yeah, like I said, that winning in South Africa is much more special to me and close to my heart, especially in front of a home crowd. So yeah, definitely my highlights will be African Continental Champs and the South African National Championships, and all the support that I got there. That was truly amazing. Opposed to all the races that I've won in Spain so far, it's quite lonely there, like I said, and that's just what makes it much more special. The people that support you. Yeah, it really means quite a lot to me, and therefore I'm very grateful.
Well, a young rider that burst onto the scene in the Southern Cape, where he hails from just a couple of seasons ago, Matt Beers. Looking at this guy, could have been a fantastic surfer. He's the coolest dude on two wheels. Was the top motocross rider, in fact, of his time as well, and he's absolutely deadly on the mountain bike. Matt won with Timothy Hammond recently the country's toughest single-day race, the TransBaviaans, 230 unbroken kilometers in just over 8 hours. Now let's ask Matt how different it was out there compared to what he expected.
Well, I suppose the expectation was to win, and we achieved that, so that was good. But yeah, I really didn't expect how long it was. Like when you racing for 6 hours and then you still have 2 hours left, it was a bit of it mind boggled you a little bit, especially riding into the darkness.
So Matt, this was your maiden voyage in the TransBaviaans. You must have learnt a heck of a lot. Would you say it's tough on the man, tough on the machine, tough on the mind? What is it that you think makes a rider successful or even just survive the journey?
I don't know, really. I think you just kind of got to switch off, to be honest, and just not think about how long it is and how long it's going to take, and just enjoy the whole experience, really. And I think, yeah, try not overthink everything, to be honest. Like, don't panic if you haven't got food or water. Just take it as it comes, really.
Matt, some of the riders take almost a whole day to complete the 230 kilometers. You and your partner, Tim, just over the 8 hours. What does it feel like to get to the finish?
Yeah, I have to admit, it was probably one of the most satisfying wins I've ever done, because you've just been out on the bike for so long, and it's just like a whole day of just an adventure, basically. And then to finally see that finish line in the dark, you're just like, oh my word. It's like the most satisfying finish I've ever done till this point.
Well, and Matt, you've almost clean swept the menu on the Southern Cape insofar the big mountain bike races go. Where does TransBaviaans stand on your mantelpiece?
It's up there, definitely. In terms of, because this event's been going on for, I think, like 10 years now, or maybe more. It's a really prestigious race here in SA, and yeah, to be able to say that you've won it is quite a special thing. I mean, I knew about it when I was a kid, and I said to myself, I will never race that race. I said, you got to be stupid to race it. And yeah, there I was on the start line on Saturday. I was like, what am I doing? Yeah, and I suppose it's cool. It's a nice thing to check off the list of races that I want to win. Yeah.
Have a look at In the Bunch and catch up on Sitembiso Masangu, a rags to riches story of note. This rider was discovered a couple of seasons ago riding a dilapidated old road bike with one brake and in army boots for cycling shoes in mountain bike events. That is absolutely incredible. Sitembiso's now been on the national team. He's been to the World Mountain Bike Championship, had a bit of a technical there, but nevertheless finished and had a good ride. He's under the mentorship of Martin Dreyer, all knows one of the toughest athletes in the country. We chatted to Martin, his mentor, and found out what makes Sitembiso just so special.
He's been brilliant, and I'm very happy because, I mean, it's just one of those like where you lecture my youngsters, and what you put in is what you get out. And I mean, it's exactly, Sitembiso has put in a huge amount, and finally he's going to receive the rewards.
Now, Martin, you can see we're not superstitious at all here. We have the blackest cat in the world on our show In the Bunch, of course, but we believe Sitembiso has an interesting superstition. Explain that one to us.
Sitembiso, one thing, he's got peculiar, and it's superstition. He does not take his helmet or cycling kit off at all until after prize giving. The prize giving is 5 hours later. He will keep his helmet on, everything. All the other cyclists are up there with a clean sponsored shirt, with a cap. He's got his helmet on, exact kit, muddy leg. Josh, he will not change it.
Well, I mentioned data for Quebec, a household name in South Africa, largely thanks to its fantastic efforts in the world's pro pelotons. The Quebec side of it is a bicycling empowerment project. It's based at Nederburg on the wine estate there in the Paarl Valley. It's run by Bev Roeder, the assembly plant that is, of course. And she has a young lady, generally September, who's risen up from the ranks in Paarl to become one of the kingpins in this operation. It's uplifted her to the point where she can sort out all the bicycles in the Paarl Valley herself. We spoke to Bev Roeder, who told us about her passion as much as what Jenny Lee is passionate about this world of cycling and the bicycle.
And I always like trying to encourage the ladies that cycle at the school. It's like bicycles and cycling, it's a passion and it's something anybody can do. It's not restricted to a male or female. Nothing in the world is restricted to male and female. It's what you put yourself to. And so she stepped forward, like, you're going to step forward and let me try it. And I gave it, and you could see now, this is someone who will be able to accept the bicycle and will be able to work with the bicycle because in her, there's a passion.
Well, we've unfortunately come to the end of the show, and it's been a fantastic one, which we've really enjoyed presenting to yourselves. Before we go, let's tell you what you guys have been following on In the Bunch, and topping that podium, quite deservedly and expectedly so, is the TransBaviaans event. In the silver medal position, the Lowveld Cycle Tour, Willie Smith's victory. And finally, getting a foot on the podium there, Meintjes in his quest for a real podium on the Vuelta a España. Trust you've enjoyed it. Please do subscribe to our channel and don't forget to tap the bell if you like us. Until then, it's Johnny Kun on behalf of Kutsia Gous and the team saying ciao for now.